In a small van near the US-Mexico border, Bryant lives his life. He works in construction by day, and every morning he practices martial arts. Oscar, a high school kid with too much time on his hands, secretly watches Bryant and mimics his moves. He dreams of becoming a professional fighter one day because, why not aim for the stars? After school, Oscar heads home, but a group of local thugs from the L-17 gang, led by a guy named Flo, approach him. They tell him to hop in their car, but Oscar, surprisingly smart in this moment, refuses and hides around a corner. Bryant, enjoying a meal in a diner, happens to see the whole awkward exchange. Later that night, Flo and his gang break into Oscar's house. They accuse him of showing disrespect, like it's a full-time job for them. Turns out Oscar's older brother, Hector, is the leader of this gang, but Hector's conveniently out of town. Oscar does everything to avoid the gang, especially Flo, who loves making him feel small. The next morning, Bryant catches Oscar once again copying his martial arts moves. This time, Bryant approaches him. Oscar, as if he's got nothing else going on, asks Bryant to teach him how to fight. Bryant, seeing something promising in the kid for reasons unknown, agrees. Over the next few months, Bryant teaches Oscar a unique fighting style he's been working on for years, pulling techniques from various martial arts. One day, Hector returns and immediately senses something's off with Bryant. The guy smells like a cop, Hector says. He warns Oscar to steer clear of him, and Oscar, not wanting to argue, listens to his big bro. Instead of continuing with Bryant, he goes to a martial arts gym and asks the admin, Marisol, for a season pass. One evening, the L-17 gang attends an underground fight with no rules. One of the toughest fighters is a brutal debt collector who hasn't lost a match in forever. He easily defeats his opponent in the next round. Out of nowhere, Oscar steps up, declaring he's ready to fight this guy. Everyone thinks it's a joke, because let's be real, it sounds ridiculous. But to everyone's shock, Oscar pulls off some impressive moves, thanks to Bryant's training, and knocks out the unbeatable collector in just a few minutes. His one goes viral online, making Oscar the talk of the town. The following day, Hector meets Bryant and offers him money to keep training his brother. Apparently, Oscar's now a rising star in the fighting world. But Bryant turns him down, saying he only wanted to teach the kid how to defend himself, not turn him into some kind of fighter for hire. Hector, not taking the rejection well, pulls a gun on Bryant. But Bryant, because he's just that good, disarms him in a flash and tells the gang to never come back. Meanwhile, Oscar's viral fight video catches the attention of Pio, a lawyer working for Sonny, a powerful mob boss in prison. Sonny sees the video and instantly knows that only one person could have trained Oscar, Bryant, a man Sonny has a long-standing grudge against. He orders his top assassins to head to the town in Mexico to deal with Bryant once and for all. Oscar and Hector are chilling at the gym when two Colombian twin brothers, Ivan and Vlad, walk in. They claim they're on the hunt for new bare-knuckle fighters, and, not surprisingly, they ask about Bryant, assuming he trained the super-talented Oscar. Hector, who's no fool, smells something fishy and tells them to buzz off. As they leave, Hector jokes that these two look more like assassins than fight promoters. Oscar's brain finally clicks, and he realizes Bryant is in serious trouble. He convinces Hector to rush to Bryant's van. Once they reach Bryant, Oscar spills the tea about the Colombians. Bryant instantly knows what's up. They're assassins, not some friendly talent scouts. He tells Oscar to hide inside the armored van with Marisol, knowing things are about to get ugly. Turns out Bryant's instincts are spot on. The twins show up and casually shoot two of Hector's men without even blinking. Oscar, Hector, and Marisol manage to duck inside the van, and Bryant slides in right behind them. Bryant, not one to keep secrets, reveals his past. He used to be an undercover cop who put the notorious mob boss Sonny behind bars. But even from prison, Sonny's still running the show, and now he sent these killers after Bryant. Bryant, being the action hero he is, tells everyone to stay put while he sneaks out through a secret exit. He silently creeps up on one of the twins and takes him out with a crossbow. Who knew he had that lying around? Then, he squares off with the second twin in a wild fight. Bryant, always the dramatic one, pours gasoline on the hitman and demands he spill who sent him. Instead of giving any answers, the twin whips out a lighter and sets himself on fire, proving that some people just really don't want to live. Knowing there might be more killers lurking, Bryant leads the gang through an underground tunnel. Along the way, he gives them a little life update. He's on the run from Sonny, one of the most dangerous mobsters in the country. After putting Sonny behind bars, Bryant had to hide his wife in another country and flee to Mexico. Now, realizing Sonny will never stop hunting him, Bryant tells everyone to go home and lay low. Bryant returns to his van, but surprise, surprise, several armed police officers show up, demanding he come out with his hands up. Being no fool, Bryant knows these are just Sonny's goons in disguise. He calmly proceeds to wipe them all out, leaving behind a trail of bodies without breaking a sweat. After cleaning up the scene, Bryant vanishes into thin air, because that's just what he does. Meanwhile, Sonny, who's not thrilled with this turn of events, orders his buddy Alex to kidnap Hector and squeeze him for info on Bryant's whereabouts. Poor Hector has no clue where Bryant went, so Alex gets creative and orders his crew to cut off Hector's ear. Before they can start slicing, Bryant pops up again, taking out each of the goons with a mix of guns and sharp objects. By the end, the clearing is a bloody disaster, and Hector, still in shock, can't believe one man just destroyed an entire squad. Oscar and Marisol are busy looking for Bryant when a bunch of armed men in SWAT gear suddenly show up. Oscar, being the brave genius he is, tries to fight them off, but then one of the guys takes off his mask. Surprise! It's Eric, Bryant's old buddy from the police station. Eric says he's here to protect Bryant and asks Oscar and Marisol to help find him. Now Oscar, who's slow but not that slow, gets a weird feeling about this. While sitting in Eric's car, he secretly calls Bryant and fills him in. Bryant, always ahead of the game, immediately knows what's up. Eric isn't here to help. He's a traitor who sold out to the mafia for some quick cash. Turns out this guy framed Bryant and teamed up with Sonny, the local mob boss. So, not exactly friend of the year. Before long, Eric brings Oscar and Marisol to the mansion of Valdez, a big-time mobster and Sonny's old pal. The thugs plan to trap Bryant and finally settle the score. They force Oscar to call Bryant for help, hoping to lure him in. But Bryant and Hector aren't dumb. They know this is an ambush. They decide to bring the best fighters from the L-17 gang to storm the mansion and rescue their friends. The mission isn't a walk in the park. The team fights their way through the heavily guarded mansion, losing people on both sides. Bryant and Hector sneak in through the back, taking out the guards like they're on a video game level. Bryant, always the action star, shows off his fighting skills, mowing down bad guys one after another, making a bloody trail straight to Oscar. Meanwhile, Oscar and Marisol aren't just sitting around waiting to be rescued. They manage to free themselves from the ropes, grab Eric's gun, and Oscar, with one lucky shot, badly wounds him, finally doing something useful. Soon after, Bryant bursts into the room, takes down the remaining goons, and gets everyone out safely. Meanwhile, Sonny hears about this disaster and flips out. But little does he know, Bryant and his team are already plotting to break into the prison and end Sonny's criminal empire for good.